All right then. Sorry about that, folks. I was trying to get stuff squared away. I thought I was going to be more, what's it called? I thought I was going to be a little bit quicker on setting up. But we're here. No worries. Oh, I got to turn on the lights. Aziz, lights! All right then. Sorry about that, folks. I was trying to get stuff squared away. I thought I was going to be more, what's it called? I thought I was going to be a little bit quicker. There we go. we had a double feed in the chat. Hey, tiny gray people. Hey, chicken nugget. Is there an echo? Yeah, there was an echo. I had to mute I had to mute another input, an audio input device. All right. All right then. We got some rifles and some arms to build to paint. That one's done. That one needs to be done. That one needs to be done. That one needs to be done. I am trying to make sure that all of the stuff that I need is painted and painted well because I don't want to have to do this again. And I want to get to my gifts. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Commissar Hecht. Sorry about like I said, sorry about the delay. I wanted to make sure that everything was set up, and I was finishing eating some chicken, rice, and green beans with some very hot chili crisp. It was really good. It was very good. Um, and I've got tea that's brewing, so I'm gonna have some tea. Um, Looking at a 5-star. Yeah, we're switching up our diet. We're switching up our diet because we're gonna start. So like one thing that working out a lot of people forget is that it's dieting, and so I'm switching to leaner meats, more fiber, more veg. Um, Trying to cut down on sodium. Although I made teriyaki chicken and I used a lot of garlic salt and garlic powder. Um, so um, I can't cut out beef completely. I would love to, but we are going to have ribeyes tonight, so I will partake in a ribeye. I'm I want to be really disciplined in regiment, but I know that if you go 100% way to the extreme, um, you're gonna fail. Like if you just do a complete 180, um, you're gonna fail at doing those incremental life changes. So I'm not gonna cut out beef entirely. I do want my ribeye steaks and whatnot. But what I think I might do is when I cut my uh, ribeyes, when I do have my ribeyes, what I might do is I'll cut them instead of just having them uh, just as is. I'll trim the fat away from them, um, and cook it that way and see what that does. It'll probably not taste the same because the fat emulsify or the fat like makes the steaks gives that nice flavor to it. So what I might do is just and renders into the meat. Um, but what I might do is cook them, cut the fat, and then just not eat the fat. Normally, when I have my ribeyes, I eat the entire thing. Gristle, fat, doesn't matter. So, you know. But anyway, uh, enough about cooking, even though I'm so hungry. Fuck, I'm so hungry. Oh, this portion control stuff is killing me. Oh my god. I think really that's the biggest issue is that, you know, if I'm trying to work out and all that stuff, it doesn't matter how many calories I burn in the gym if I eat like a frickin', you know, hippo. It doesn't matter. Ah, the struggles of trying to be fit. Uh, Normally I like kill like 3 or 4 chicken breasts and like a bunch of rice and green beans. Um, but anyway, enough of that. Enough of my dietary stuff. But how's everyone doing? How are you, tiny gray people? How are you, Chicken McNugget? I hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone liked the Olennius Pius lore video. I would love to do more of those. I probably want to do a little bit more research. That one was concise but a little bit rambly, mainly because I know a lot of it off the top of my head. Um, have basmati rice. Well, that's what I was having. I was having basmati rice. As a matter of, I missed that episode. Sorry. Oh, it's okay. It's all right. It's on. It's on. It's uploaded. The title, if anyone is curious, hold on. Let me take a look at that real quick. I'll tell you. All right. Look, I'm trying. Okay. I'm trying. But the title is, if I can find it, The Lore of Olennius Pius Before the Horus Heresy books. All right. There we go. I still need to watch it. Skill issue, American accent. Well, look. It's I think I have a very neutral American accent. I try really hard to have a neutral American accent. Uh, um, just because I want people to understand me. I could lean full into my Bostonian roots, you know, talk about getting my car keys and going to Harvard Yard. Nah, you have a quite thick one. Well, damn it. Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know I had a thick American accent. I'm trying to use my radio voice. Ooh, can we hear it more? I have to get drunk. So, all right. Uh, so, how is it? How is basmati actually pronounced? I don't know. Ask her. Apparently, I butchered it. Basmati? Basmati? Or is it? I love ruffling the commissar's. No, man. Basmati. Oh, basmati. Ah, okay. Basmati. Gotcha. Yeah. Throwing the double S in the German. Okay, well, look, we all can't be perfect. I strive for perfection every day, and I know I miss the mark 9 times out of 10. Hey, at least I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Basmati. Not double S. Oh, Strassa. Yeah. Right. So Straza. So it's basmati. Ah, okay, gotcha. Sorry. Look. I gotta like kind of de-anglinize my brain a little bit when it comes to other cultures. I'm really good. I'm really obviously Anglo-Saxon languages are easier, a little bit easier for me because you pronounce them near phonetically, like you pronounce like your pronunciation of Strasse. Yeah, no, uh yeah, I'm kind of good on that. It's the sound like my your grandmother. I sound like your grandmother. Oh, fantastic! Holy shit! Well, you know. Also, I did get a haircut. I'm in regulations now. AFI 36-2903, baby. Gotta live by that. And I had to shave my mustache because it was out of regs. So, this is what's called a high and tight. Uh, okay, fine. Modeling for the camera. All right. Very dapper, very demure. Seiten frisch auf zero. That Magnum PI mustache is gone though. Yeah, again, I had to. R.I.P. porno stash. Again, I had to get rid of it because it was against regs. And being an NCO, you have to enforce regulations. That's standard across the board. AFI 36-2903 has very specific guidelines on what you can and cannot do with your hair color, your facial hair, your nails if you're a female. Um, I mean, they do have men's nail standards, but it's you can't obviously you can't have claws, quote unquote. Um, uh, whether it's whether it's I mean, there's a lot because you can't look like you're about to shoot a military porno. I mean, there's some most excellent mustaches. I have met some truly grade A mustaches. Uh, but I like your look. Though I liked your facial hair. Well, again, you can have in certain circumstances you can grow out a beard, and in certain circumstances you can grow out a mustache. Um, or you can do both. But they have to be one truly delineated in your job, and then two, your commander has to basically say, "I bless it off." They have to actually give you a waiver for it. Claws? You mean plastic nails? No. There are some women. I mean, they do use press-ons, or they do use acrylic nails and all that stuff. But there are some women that actually will shape their nails in a particular fashion. Will grow them out and then shape them in a particular fashion. Uh, there was one. There was one sergeant of mine. Oh God, what was her name? Tyree. Tyree. She would fashion her nails and grow them out a certain way, but she was always in regs. Um, usually they'd be French manicured. You know, there were some women that were allowed. There were some nail styles that were allowed that aren't allowed anymore, like pointed nails. Um, uh, I think those are gone in the military with acrylic nails. Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Defending America in fashion. Oh no, there were some pretty fashionable men and women that I have served with who were like out of duty in the civilian world, on point, like just yas, queen, that kind of style of fashion. But in service, right, out of uniform, or sorry, in uniform, they were always under the regulations and all that stuff. But no, there were some fabulously well dressed men and women who I served with in the military. Like really, really like chic. Uh, I almost died. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Found them. Commissar's inner diva popping out. I can be a diva if I wanted to be. I just choose not to. All right, 20 minutes in, we still haven't put paint to brush. Let me get my tea, and then we'll start. All right, that's proper tea right there. That is good tea. The best kind of work days. Yes, I can be a real diva. Because obviously the goal is to lose weight. But um, if I do end up getting to my target weight, I will be a true diva and get myself a proper three-piece suit. Actually, I'll get a few three-piece suits um, in celebration. And I will even fashion them for everyone. But yeah, I can be a bit of a diva if I want to be. A three-piece suit shows an example. It's got to speak to me on the rack, right? I don't. There's plenty of men's warehouse suits that are nice, but I don't like going to men's warehouse because I have some objections to where they source their fabrics. Um, so I try and go to like actual suit boutiques and get personal tailors and do it that way. So if I do find a tailor that I like, and they can guarantee the fabrics and all that stuff, oh yeah, baby, I am on it. Got glasses for a reason. That's iPro all enough. Alrighty, rifles. Bound away to leave her. Shallow, shallow ground, bound away to leave her. Shallow, shallow brown. Shipped on board a whaler. Shallow, shallow brown. Shipped on board a whaler. Shallow, shallow brown. Some of us can actually see. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Look, just because my Mark 1 eyeballs are out of focus doesn't mean that I still can't see. And I'm a pretty deadly shot. My marksman ribbon can attest to that. But with glasses, you look smarter. Yeah, I shoot with my glasses. I shoot with my glasses. Yeah. Every cop, every person in the military, if they have a sight deficiency, they shoot with glasses. Unless it's like a depth deficiency, in which case you're not supposed to be in. No, I'm nearsighted. So like if I take off my glasses, everything that you see right here is all blurry, right? Uh, Basically, let me try and let's go to Commissar's journal real quick. So, hopefully you can see it. Got to close my eyes. Right here is where I can see detail. I can kind of pull it out a little bit and do a little bit more like that. And I can kind of paint. And normally if I take off my glasses to do that, it's just to focus on one piece, right? But as soon as I pull away, right there, I can't see shit. Obviously I can see the shapes, right? The gunsling, the gun, the arm that I just painted. But any further out, you probably can't see it, but any further out like that, I can't see color. I can see that it's black, but I can't see any sort of really defining shapes, unless it's like an arm or a rifle or a backpack. So that's how blind I am. Your boy's a little blind. I was just I'm born blind or born nearsighted. You know, it just happens. It happens to kids. Plus, also my glasses allow me. No, no, that's phrenology, and that's bunk science. It's inside the eyeball. Basically, it's either the lens didn't fully develop or it's hereditary. or it's a little bit of both. One of the two. I want to say it's a little bit of both because my dad has glasses, my grandfather has glasses, my great grandfather went blind. Um, my other grandfather, so it must be the skull. No, it's not the skull. It's not the skull. No, the doctors have said my migraines, they do not know what causes my migraines, but it is not any sort of sign of um, uh, uh, what's it called? There we go. Well, I mean, my grandmother has glasses. I don't know if my mother uses glasses or anything. Have you ever considered retainers for migraines? No, no. It's they. I'm trusting the doctors on this, and they said that as far as they know, maybe the lens has a curvature, also like nanometers. No, because these are micro milled. The glasses that I use are micro milled. Um, because these are standard. These are military issued glasses. Um, and then my black framed ones, I don't wear those. These are my civilian military issue. But my black frame military issue have ballistics and shrapnel uh, resistance to it. Um, it's shrapnel coating. So basically, oh, you meant the lens of my eye? Potentially. No, they're not military camo, but they are AFI compliant glasses. So I'm in uniform. Even your glasses, if you buy glasses outside. I don't know what it's probably called in English, but in Germany it's Netzout. Hold on. I will find out what that means, and I will get back. That's a new word. I do not know what that new word is. Hold on. What does Netzhaut mean? Retina. Ah, it might be a problem with my retina. It might be a problem with the retina. I do have from when I did take when I did go to the eye doctor last. They did say I have a mild form of astigmatism. Um, so that's probably something that is or has happened or is contributing to it. Yeah, but the glasses that I use, the black rimmed glasses that I use for the military are ballistics and shrapnel resistant. They're not bulletproof and they're not shrapnel proof. They are resistant. It's basically the last line to protect my eyes if I ever catch a stray in the quite literal sense of the term. I wear my black rimmed glasses when I'm at work. Because that is honestly, that's my biggest fear. My biggest fear is losing my eyesight. Your doctor said, I don't know, man, you're not dead, and that's important. Yeah, that's basically what my doctor said. No, honestly, there's not a lot of. Basically, they have to capture a migraine in progress, and even then, when they did, they misdiagnosed me with an aneurysm. So they were about to do some pretty heinous surgeries, or not heinous, but necessary surgeries. They were about to do some blood thinning work and all that stuff. Like they were about to go through a gambit of treatments. So I'm glad I got a second MRI that showed that I wasn't having an aneurysm. I say heinous. It's necessary. It's necessary. It's very corrective, but it definitely would have. Man, you know how girls are toxic, male on male toxicity is. But did you die? Slaps a bad date on you and says good to go. There is some of that baked into the culture. Um, but I think the Air Force has gotten a lot better at actually listening to what men have to say when it comes to the diagnosis. How come you don't have a wet palette? I do have a wet palette. It's right here, but I'm painting on the sprue for the moment. Technically, this whole rubberized mat is a wet palette. You've seen me, people have seen me use it before, but there's a specific wet palette that I bought recently. It's this one. I like this one because it's easier to clean. Um, Although the last time I used it as a wet palette, the black paint got super chunky. So, um, but yeah, I'm just doing light touch-ups on stuff. Yep, this is actually a servo skull. This right here is literally a servo skull. Now, it's got the bifurcated skull pattern, so it's probably a Mechanicus servo skull, but it is still a servo skull. Like, this is what a lot of servo skulls will look like. There are some servo skulls that do not have the bifurcated skull portion, and it's just the human skull with all the mechanics parts inside the brain case, inside the cranium. But this particular servo skull is a Mechanicus servo skull because it's bifurcated. When it's bifurcated like that, that symbolizes the Adeptus Mechanicus. And it symbolizes the Cog Mechanicus. And if you wanted to, hey, that's the GW palette. It is. It's one of them. So a little bit of cosplay story time. There are two salutes that you can do if you are doing a cosplay as a Imperial Guardsman, Commissar, Death Corps of Krieg, right? A standard human, Sisters of Battle, all of that stuff, right? Uh, the Space Marines, all that stuff. It is the Aquila. So you can either interlock your hands and do this, right, and put it against your chest, and that symbolizes the Aquila. Or you can do something like this, and that makes the Aquila, right? Um, and that's the Aquilan salute, right? Or you can do the Cog Mechanicus if you are trying to be a Mechanicus cosplayer. And the Mechanicus cosplayer is you interlock your knuckles, right? And you do that. And that makes a rough appropriation of the Cog Mechanicus symbol, right? Because it's got the teeth down the middle, right? That's how you do it. So, the Aquila, or the Cog Mechanicus. Sometimes people mash their knuckles together to try and do the Cog Mechanicus, but I think it's better with the interlocking fingers and then doing it that way. And that's from the Black Library books. So those are like when they talk about like they made the sign of the Aquila, they made the sign of the Cog Mechanicus, right? That's what they're doing. Whenever you read about the Black Library books and all of their stuff, that's the that's how they're that's how they kind of greet one another. Um, there's Deus Ex. There's Deus Mechanicus, which is the God Mechanicus, right? The machine god. And then there's Ave Imperator. That's a standard greeting in the Imperium, basically saying, forever the Emperor, right? Forever the Imperium. It's also a blessing occasionally, um, but other Imperial blessings are like throne preserve you, walk in uh, walk in the light of the golden throne, um, emperor keep you, all that stuff. Machine god keep you, casual things like that. It's oh no, it's But if anyone wants to ask questions or talk about lore and all that stuff, I'm down for it. Or if you want me to do an actual like dedicated lore video, I can totally do that too. Um, I just have to do obviously research. I do not have the wealth of codexes um, that other people do, because I didn't really start aggressively collecting other armies until 2016 when I started filming battle reports and all that stuff. Actually, why did you choose the Games Workshop palette? I did it because I thought maybe if I practiced my wet palette work, um, oh now the paint wants to come off. Oh, now you want to work with me. You didn't want to do it earlier this morning when I was washing the ever living crap out of you. Oh, go figure. Right, regular palette cheaper? No, no. Normally I don't use palettes at all. I just take from. All right, so in an old Games Workshop paint pot, right? A classic old Games Workshop paint pot. You have this little nib, right? Some of the newer paint pots don't, but you have this little nib, and you can use that as the palette. You could just mix the paint with the water on the palette, on the nib itself or the lip, and then get your brush loaded up that way. But if you keep it open, you risk of drying it. Yes, well that's why I shut my paints every single time I'm not using it. You say, if you say you take it right from your pot, you'll be sent to the penal legion. I take it right from. Look, I've been painting for goddamn 20 years. I will do as I wish. Straight to jail. Straight to jail. Speeding, believe it or not, straight to jail. Missing dental appointment, straight to jail. We have the best patients ever. He's admitting, oh my god. Oh no, Commissar, no, 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 no. Hey man, but people have commented on how clean my colors are, how flat they are. I never get criticisms. Whack. I never get criticisms when it comes to the success I get when it comes to painting. Now I will say should I practice better techniques? Absolutely. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I am pleasantly surprised on how well people like my color scheme and enjoy the colors that are presented. Can I be better? Yes, you are absolutely right, Tiny Gray people. I can totally be better. Am I going to? One of these days. One of these days I'll have the time and patience to be better. But until that day happens, in the words of the younger generations, oh, fuck it, we ball. By the way, what are we painting today? We're painting arms and guns today. Trying to finish the last of these Cadians, or these Terrans, I should say, using the Cadian base model as a baseline. So that way I can actually start and do my promise and make these freaking going away supporter gifts. And hopefully, if I get them done by November, I should, or at least a majority of them done up, I should be able to send them out for Christmas. Or at least, send them for the new year. Be like a delayed Christmas gift to all of you lovely people. Plus, I find that, after painting 120 plus guardsmen, um, you kind of get tired after a while. If you ever step. If you ever step foot into Germany, I will find you. I won't kill you, but I'll force you to do a 20-hour wet palette training session with additional 14 hours of glazing exercise. I get no. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice. I don't think you understand the double entendre of a glazing exercise, particularly in the American vernacular. uh, oh no, Mod, no. Okay, whoops. Nerd on nerd, watch with two guys and one girlie. Don't watch. Oh no. If you're confused, ask your mom. Actually, no, don't ask your mom. She'll probably give you the belt. I'll get you in trouble. Why are you Americans like that? It's because we are, to quote Winston Churchill, oversexed, overpaid, and now over here. It's the whole Linux most trains run on me situation over again. I mean, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say it's the whole situation over again. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Choo choo. Oh man, I can't. I gotta be a good person. I have to warn people when they stumble into they say something and they don't realize that it has another meaning. I'm pretty sure you guys have that same situation in Germany. Hell, sometimes like you guys are like low key horny on Maine all the time. Okay, that's done. Okay. Oh my god. I come back fighting over who's hornier. It's it tips a little bit. I think you know. Eh. I mean, most synonyms for doing the deed are very very obvious and not something like glazing. Well, for those of you that don't know, it's synonymous with bukkake, and that is about as far as I'm going to take it on this stream. Yeah, Commissar's already on stream. I got to maintain some professionality. like we when like when I use horizontal tango tons in a normal sentence. Please, goodness sake, nobody buys them glazed donuts. He'll take it the wrong way. Ah. Actually, I think my favorite pastry, and I'm dead serious, switching gears and getting off of being overtly horny on Maine for a little bit. My favorite pastry are fruit tarts. I love fruit tarts, particularly the ones where it's the cookie pastry in and of itself, whether it's puff pastry or some sort of cookie crumble, and then you have the custard inside that cookie crumble, and then you have the fruit on top of the custard. Those are fucking amazing. Just delicious. And you don't even have to do anything with the fruit pastry, or with the fruit on top. It could just be something simple as like strawberries or blueberries. It doesn't have to be overtly wild, or they don't have to have gelatin on top of it, but oh, fantastic. Just mwah. I love it. One man, one donut. You know the imagery, it's too late. Unrestricted internet access. What a mistake. When we invented the internet, we didn't think people were going to be degenerate about it. And lo and behold. Oh no. Life-size Gardevoir doll with his. Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. There's a few lines I won't cross. Oh my lord. Whoo shit. Ah. I found a Lopunny, Batman. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I can't remember. You guys, funny bunny nails. I'm not even gonna look at that. I'm not even gonna. Nope. Do about anything I enjoy. Hey, Algie. Long time no see. How have you been, my guy? Are we doing satisfying pop outs? This will be. This is just painting the guns and the arms. But you have missed some interesting conversations. Pretty sure I emotionally scarred tiny gray people. It's just a nail polish design that went wrong because it's part of a 2D. Ah, I see. I don't know if that makes it much better. Yes, stop scaring. He's just a baby. I am not a baby. He is mensch. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some water real quick. I'm an adult with a job, a car, and responsibilities, and a bed of plushies. Honestly, I I never got into the plushie thing. Like my girls did. I never did. Never did. Never got into it. Neither did my wife, for that matter. Like the girls are, their beds are covered in Pokemon Snugglies and claw game prize stuffies and all that stuff. It's like someone took a shotgun and just went bah, and there is just Snugglies everywhere. Some of them are some the Japanese ones are actually really adorable. I will say that. I can understand the wait, claw games can be won. In Japan, there definitely were. I've won several claw game Pokemon Snugglies. Come hell or high water. I have a Builder Bear that's over 20 years old. Yeah, yeah. I like occasionally I'll get a Build a Bear for like one of the girls, but like my wife is like, no more. They have way too many, and I kind of agree with her. There's a lot. They have a lot. I went overboard, and I do not regret it. Not in the slightest. You can never have enough. There's a spoiling of princesses. No shame in that. Yeah, I love my girls. They give me as much as sometimes. I mean, it's hard being a parent. It really is tough because sometimes it's that fine line of nature versus nurture and balancing them wanting to be independent with protection and safety and all that stuff. It's really there's no guide to being a good parent. Mod, why? Just keep them alive. Uh, it's when they develop true personality, and you're trying to get them, you're trying to make them uh, good, like productive and all that stuff. Why is clownfish censored? I don't know. I think the word is clown. I honestly the auto mod is pretty damn aggressive on Twitch. I'm surprised it's this aggressive. I think the auto mod on Twitch basically detects words that could be used for bullying and just censors them. I really think it's that, and I have no way of turning that off, which is a blessing and a curse because I'd rather it be on in case we have like a bunch of trolls that come in and try and speak a lot of nonsense. And because I've had heard of streams getting rated and not in the positive light rated, like a big channel comes in and gives them their viewers and all that stuff, but rated as in like um, pretty dishonest actors and very vicious people will come in and just drop the most heinous shit. Um, all in the effort of either ruining the stream or getting them banned, getting the streamer banned. Because there has been instances, particularly with Twitch, I can't remember the streamer, but the streamer had someone use a racial epithet um, on the stream, and then the streamer fought back against that viewer, but because he didn't quickly delete that comment, the streamer got like a 7-day suspension, I think, or it was a ban, one of the two, and he was just like, "What the hell?" So I think there's more to it. I am misremembering. I'm recalling from memory, and sometimes my memory is pretty shit. Um, but there was an incident similar to that, and I think, like I said, I think he got banned or suspended for 7 days. Maybe he got banned. I can't remember. And it was all because someone in chat was like throwing slurs around in chat. So the auto mod, it is technically doing its job. I thrash in my sleep, unfortunately. I try not to, but I thrash in my sleep. Speaking about sleeping habits. But it's because of my nightmares. So, you know. Let's throw on some music. Yeah. It's from the deployment with the refugees from the Africa deployment. Um, uh, so that's part of the unfortunate side effect of my deployment-related trauma. Would I rather? Okay. Have parasomnia instead of nightmares, or a giant clownfish plushie for booting your girlfriend off the bed. Um, I don't know. Uh, I don't have parasomnia, so pick one devil. Uh, I mean, I technically, I don't know. It's weird. Trying to think. See, because I thrash, um, I think that the clownfish wouldn't help. So there is that. Get the fish. Trying to find a good song so I can paint. Nah, get the parasomnia. You're never alone in your sleep. I know when I deploy, I fear the sun never gleam. I think our last stand with bolters in hand, gun, let me scream. Out, work grow so wide, onward we carry his will. We sail ever on through the cosmic tide, at his quest we fulfill. Hands of destruction we sow what we reap, after our blood and our seed. There we go. What the hell happened there? We had a bit of a had a bit of an issue. That was weird. I'm back. Roaring, the battle drums beat. These are lives that we owe. Alright, cool. That was weird. I don't know what happened there. For the Emperor's will, the Imperium's dream. Hammers of justice ring out through their streams. Bolters of sword and chainsword and frame. All in the Emperor's name. Shoulder we stand, righteous and noble crusade. No treacherous plague shall fall on these lands. Remember just that we made. For the Emperor's will, the Imperium's dream. Hammers of justice ring out through their screams. Bolters of power and chainsword and flame. All in the Emperor's name. For terror, for glory, for all that we've sworn. Destinies planted, our enemies scorned. Purge every heretic, cleanse them in flame. All in the Emperor's name. Gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown. I still don't know how to feel about the fact that you paint on the spoon. I find it easier, especially with the smaller bits. Like, I get it. I get it. A lot of people don't like it, but if it works, it's not dumb, right? And if it starts spreading, oh, you sink like a stone. Oh, the times we are a-changing. Because you'll chip it when you snip off the piece. I mean, there will be some cleanup work that has to get done, but a majority of it will be strictly. It'll be so easy. How else are you going to hold it? I suppose it makes sense if you're doing a bulk set. Wheel still in. Well, you have these right here. You can hold them like these. This is what I use for. This is what I use for heads. So I'll clip the heads off a sprue, and I'll leave a little bit on, and I'll just pin it with the vice grip. Chain, but arms are a little different. His congressman, see the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't gawk up a hall. He who gets hurt will be he who gets all. Rattle outside raging. We'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls. Times they are changing. Others and others throughout the land. I have spending issues too that you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your world is rapidly aging. Just get out of the new. You can't lend a hand. For the times they are changing. Where it is the curse it is cast. This slow one now will later be fast. And the prison now will later be past. The older is rapidly fading, and the first one now will later be last. For the times they are a-changing. Oh, go ahead. So because I've added you as a friend on Discord and status Discord mobile, it says pops up recording, and every time I expand it and join a Twitch stream, I accidentally join the VC. Do you get notified each time of Blender? Um, not always. Only when I'm doing the community streams will I see you pop in and then pop back out. Like yesterday when I was just doing a small little a small little Discord community stream for a little bit. Yeah, sorry, it's okay. I'm not offended. I'm not offended. Let's do. She's not her own. Everyone's welcome to. If you're part of the Discord community, everyone's welcome to join the voice chat. And steal to service to die. I is to serve. The gosh damn Discord voice chat notification is so freaking loud. It's okay. Relation to die. I need to rejoin the server. I thought you did. Oh, did you? Did you leave it, Tiny Gray? I thought you did. Get. It's all right if you accidentally left it, or if you felt like you weren't providing anything. Look, the community is the community, and I, you know, I'm not. I don't impel or compel people to join if they don't want to join. Or if they leave, I don't necessarily need them to say why they left. No worries. If you felt like you're just trying to like fix things or like lessen the thing. Hell. And it's time I'll take 3 sheets to the wind. It's time I take. My email was compromised, so I had to pull every plug I could. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's always shitty. It's always the Discord's always in the Twitch channel and on the YouTube channel too. Oh yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, that sucks that that happened, man. But I'm glad you were able to catch it and identify it so quickly. Every day of life. So no fault. Well, whenever you get a chance, just rejoin. No worries. I am not. I am not pressing you to rejoin immediately. Sort yourself out, and then you are more than welcome to come back. sell crumbs from Largo to Barcy's man-made stew. It's blessed to kill. As we find ourselves in the same old mess, singing drunken lullabies. This is a joy. Singing drunken lullabies. Baby, you're gonna get ready for bedtime. Okay. Hi. Hi. Singing drunken lullabies. Drunken lullabies. Brothers gone before, shouting the battle. Freedom will fill our making ranks with 1,000,000 freemen more, shouting the battle cry of freedom. The Union forever, hurrah, boys, hurrah! Down with the traitor, up with the star. How we rally round the boys, rally once again, shouting the battle cry of freedom. To our number, the loyal, true, and brave, shouting the battle cry of freedom. And though they may be poor, and a man will be a slave, shouting the battle cry of freedom. The Union forever, hurrah, boys, hurrah! Down with the traitor, up with the star. We rally round the flag, boys, rally once again, Shouting the battle cry of freedom. Commissar, do you use other paints or just GWs? I use just GWs because the other paint recipes aren't exactly the same and it makes my fucking mind itch. Because I did buy like a bunch of stuff like Army Painter and Vallejo and all that stuff when they started coming out because obviously I wanted a cheaper alternative. But I painted a guardsman in the same colors that you see here, and then I painted like a few Space Marines, and it just like the difference was so subtle, but just enough to where I want to rip my face off of how noticeable it is to me. Like other people were like, "Oh, it's fine." I'm like, but I feel it. I see the change." And they're like, "Well, it's like subtle, but it's not like a lot." I'm just like, "I know, but I'm just ah." you know. Um I get that kind of spicy neuroticism when it comes to that. Up with the star, we rally around them. Even when GW came out with contrasts, and I tried to use their contrasts to do the same recipe for my guard, I was just like, "Ha! I can't. It doesn't work." I was so angry. Oh yeah, that's understandable. There are very slight color shifts. Slight shifts in the color, and it's annoying. I know. So when they discontinue a color, I am so hosed. I am so capitally fucked. If GW like discontinues a color or a certain color recipe, I am 100% capital grade fucked. Because I have discontinued paints in the past. There used to be this very popular color, or not popular, but very bright color blue called, I think it was like troll or yeah, river troll flesh. It was like a bluish green. Oh my god, when they discontinued that and people still had it, they were like, this is the last bit of the paint left. And uh I remember people being like, I will never ever buy another River Troll again, or whatever model it was that required that specific color. Oh my god, it was bad. So that's why I use GW paints. I'm not a GW purist or a Citadel purist by any stretch of the imagination. If it looks good on the model, right? Go ahead and use whatever paint you want. But because of those subtle color shifts, um, and the fact that I see it, and I'm just like, ha, it drives me nuts. It makes me itch. Whew. I'm just looking at the shoulders of the Lost Guns real quick to make sure I got all the green. I may have to do some touch up, but I want to kind of move on to another color. So thunder in the sky, force come to. I got into the hobby right around the time they started introducing contrast paints. I was like 5 months into the hobby, figured out that you should prime your models, hit it with some Chaos Black, and then the clerk asked what color and then asked the clerk what colors he recommended orc skin, the contrast paints. But I need to apply white underneath, so I'm sitting wondering why. So I'm sitting here wondering, wondering why it wasn't working. Yeah, that's another thing. All of my models I prime with in Chaos Black. So like the contrasts don't work with Chaos Black. It doesn't come out as well. A majority of my models' armors are black, and the primary color is black, and I use the primer just to save my ass some time. I like your color choices. Well, thank you. Yeah, I like I said, I originally rooted it uh in before I joined the Air Force and knew about security forces, I preferred the olive drab look. Um, but I preferred the olive drab look on the uniforms of the Cadians, but not the tan. So I just switched it up, and I was like, well, the armor will be black, the uniforms will be olive drab, and then I just did it that way. And then when I joined security forces and realized kind of the history about it, I was just like, oh, I'll just make the next logical step and turn them all into security police. And that's how the color scheme got put together. I'm just gonna wash my hands real quick. cat food. Oh. If Niana stops me commissioning custom kit bashes for me, I will definitely try to make a unique character in your army style. Oh, I appreciate that, Tiny Gray people. Sorry, I have to yell at Yark. He has this nasty habit of eating. Oh my god, he publicly bad mouthing Yark. No, look, I love my puppers. I love Yark. He has this nasty habit of going into our bedroom and eating the cat food. Is he smacking the puppers? No, no, no. I would never hit Yark. Come here, Bubbies. Come here. Yeah, yeah. You know you screwed up. That's why you're in the kennel. Bubba's, come here. Stop eating the cat food. All right? Stop eating the cat food. That's why you've been having, runny stools. It's not designed for you, dude. It might smell like your food, but it's not designed for you, pal. And now I gotta make sure that the door is closed before he eats the rest of the cat food that I refilled. Hold on 2 seconds. Bubba's. No eating the cat food. Come here, pal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Handpick free. See? He's right there. Take it nice. Take it nice. No, take it nice. There we go. Good job. Take it nice. Yeah, good job. Take it nice. Good job. And take it nice. Good job. Yark, kennel. Stop eating the cat food, dude. Dogs in their strange obsession with cat food. I swear, it's the weirdest thing. Cause like we'll leave the door open just so we get some cross breeze, right, to air out the house. Cause I normally like the house smelling fresh, and when I'm doing chores and all that stuff. But if I don't keep eyes on this guy, he will raid the cat food. Or more meat. No, no, no. It's the kibble. He eats the. I mean, he does eat the wet food too, but it's the kibble he eats. Like if he just ate the wet food, I could understand that. But he eats the kibble too, and it's just wild. I am an imperial guard, and this is an imperial world. He's a doggo. They'll try and eat anything. They really will. And he did live rough on the streets for a very long time, so he probably tried to grab as much as he could, to include cat food. But we're trying to teach him that he's not in the streets anymore. No, he's here. He's safe. Come here, Bubba's. Come here. Up. No, you just want to lay down? Yeah, you're full of cat food. That's why. That's why you're laying down. You're going to be gassy tonight. Oh my lord. Committing war crimes with your gas, I swear. The bayonet. There we go. I was about to say, I know I painted one of these bastards. Send me off to war. I know it's speed under me. They were others before. Man, when the bugle sounds and I hear that cannon's roar, I wanna be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. I want a horse and a volunteer force that's riding for us the dawn. Please save to me some gallantry that'll echo when I'm gone. We reserves and I need the charge and the battle lines are drawn. Me at least leave a good hoof beat, burr loud and long. I would a foot soldier make, I'd be slow at march. I'd be sick on a navy ship, and the sea would leave me parched. But I'd be first in line, and let me ride. My God, they'll see my starch. Back at the heath with a laurel wreath underneath the victory arch. I wanna be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. I want a good steed under me, and the forefathers before. And I understand where the bugle stands, and I hear that cannon's roar. I wanna be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. Where my spurs in the battles blur, the day is lost or won. I'll leave my lance as the ponies dance, and the black hats fire their guns. They were keen in the settle carbine and an army Remington. It steams the cold steel. Let me be a cavalryman. I wanna be in the cavalry if they send me off to war. I want a good seat under me and the forefathers before. And I want a good son with the bugle stands and hear that cannon's roar. I wanna be in the cavalry, send me off to war. Let me my boots and stirrup my boots and place them back to front. For I won't be back on the rudderless black when I've finished in my hunt. I wanna be in the cavalry if they must go off to war. I wanna be in the cavalry and I won't fight home no more. Hope everyone's enjoying the chill vibes today. I really do. Hey, Johnny. Thank you for the subscription. What are we working on? We're working on the rifles. We're working on the rifles and the arms and all that stuff. Hopefully, I can get these done, and then by December, I can start with all the going away gifts, or not the going away gifts, but the follower support gifts. You know what? How many times says like I'll do some painting along with you. I did see, by the way, your leg day jab at me. That was pretty funny. Dun, 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 dun. Just being silly. You got to get back to it though. A lot of work on those to do. Yeah, I know. Ba-ba-dum, bum, ba-ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Ba-ba-dum, bum, ba-ba-dum, dun, 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 dun. I do love a good like orchestral march when I'm like in the mood for painting. Oh, I could never be I mean, I did chorus when I was young, but I was never really a good singer. Had a rough start to the week, but things turned around. I'm sorry that you had a rough start to the week. I'm glad that things did turn around though. That's always sucks when you've had a bad week. Commissar's heavy breathing is a human ocean wave mimics Sun's ASMR. I'm sorry. I there's the particular okay. So the particular piece of music that I was listening to was called uh an entry into Davenport, and it is by a series. It's by you just showed us your. It's this thing's not connected to the internet. On stream. It's all right. This thing's not connected to the internet. It's fine. Besides, I doubt anyone's gonna be. This is not my phone. This is an old iPod. I'll edit it out later. No worries. I had a scare. Yeah, no. It's on my phone. This is an old iPod. I am a luddite when it comes to this stuff. But basically, it's made by a producer called Andy Garfield, and it's the intro to a fan film called Imps the Relentless, and it's a really good orchestral piece. Um, I don't know if you'll be able to find it on YouTube or anything like that. Well, you'll be able to find Imps the Relentless on YouTube, but not the just the straight music. But yeah, but it's really good. I wish I could play it. I wish I could play it on stream, but I don't have the rights to it, obviously, because it's copyright. Uh, and think of what else I want to listen to. Never came back. Voices from the eyes unleashed on the road. If you don't already know. Been so slowly, take it gone. Ash in the barrel, feel you, anything that ever rolled. Man, what the hell of a year it's been. and win. Never souls are to swim. And what a real year it's been. Here the rattles out on the cage. Just asked my age. And it's long as a violin. And in the bar he was confessing his sins. It's some good news, and I'm checking on cold truth. You know what I'm going through, ever my shoes. Hold me, this life will be lonely. Away from the old me, my blues. Melanie need is a little good news. All right, time for me to go to bed. All right, well, I hope you have a better weekend, and I hope you have a better day. And no more classic, please. Some good news. Some cold truth. Someone told me life is to be lonely. From the old me, my blues. All I really need is a little good truth. Need some good news. Sipping on cold truth. That's what I'm going through. And the devil is my shoes. From the old me, and these blues. All I need is a little good news. All I really need is a little. All I really need is a little good news. I'm bully in the alleyway. Hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob. In the alley, bully down a shin bone now. There's a girl that I love dearly. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Sally is the girl that slice dearly. Bully in the shin bone now. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, in the alley. Bully on the shin bone now. 7 long years of Sally. Way, hey, bully in the alley. She did was dilly and dally. Bully on shin bone now. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, in the alley. Bully down shin bone now. Rum and butter, William Way, hey, bully in the alley. Butter, wine, white and red. Shin bone now. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. On a shin bone now. And I've found my total silly. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Return and see what you're all in. Bully on a shin bone now. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down a shin bone now. When I drift a girl I seeming. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Demon on a shin bone now. Help, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley, help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, bully down a shin bone now. Get locked in the alley, way, hey, bully in the living shin bone alley, shin bone owl, so help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, way, hey, bully in the alley, help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Down in shin bone now. I'm heading to bed too. It's quite late over here. I hope you have lots of fun during the rest of your stream. Oh, thank you very much. Have a good sleep there, tiny great people, and thank you for rejoining. Odds are heavy, soon I'll go ready to obey every single command. So, Johnny, how was work? It's been a crazy week, but a good one. The project I've been working on for over half a year, for over a year and a half, finally got bit of baptism by fire and impressed a few people. So I'm counting that as a good week. Well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad that you. I'm glad that it survived trial by combat. It's always good when something that you've been working on, particularly something as complex as a program, any sort of source coding or whatnot, passes inspection and functions the way you want it to. That way, you're not doing like ground zero work or like troubleshooting to the point of, you know, to the point of ad nauseum. Monitoring, mainframe monitoring is for a major financial company uh, where there was none before. That's like super stress. I can't imagine like the amount of pressure you were feeling. Like, I hope this doesn't fuck up. Sorry, I'm just clearing out a notification. All right. I'm trying to pay attention to the Flight Chiefs chat real quick because there's like a lot of do-outs that are coming up that I need to keep track of. Work never stops, even when I'm off duty, like on my day of break, right before a weekend. Work never stops. There's always something that's needed. Not that I'm complaining. I'd rather be needed than obsolete. But it would be nice to get a break every once in a while. Chadwick TC Commissar. What are we working on tonight? We are working on Imperial Guardsmen. We're painting the arms and the legs. Or sorry, we're painting the arms and the guns. We're batch painting tonight. On sprue, nice. Yes, well, it gives me better control. Um, that's the long and short of it. By the way, it's been a while, Chatwick. How have you been? Last time we spoke was almost over a year ago. Of course I remember. I try and remember most people. Only downside will be cleaning up the pieces once connected. When that are connected. Yeah, but that's easy work. That's like low threat stuff. Oh, you have a log or something? I don't necessarily have a log, but I try and keep I try and remember the supporters that are frequent and support me, and those that come in, say hi, and then leave, and all that stuff. Um, it helps me um, figure out. Uh, you know, it helps me with obviously doing supporter gifts and whatnot. Like if someone's been watching me consistently for you know several months to like several years, obviously they're higher on the totem pole and all that stuff. Whereas you got your high buys and all that. Your high buys. Are you on TikTok too? No, I am not. I'm not on TikTok. I never got an account. I I had dabbled with the idea, but ever since basically um, it became potentially non-viable, I stopped that pursuit. I am on Instagram though. You stream a ton on TikTok. Yeah, yeah, that's one thing that like. I'm sure it would benefit me in some way, shapes, or form, but I'm not going to try and take that chance. Do I have an Instagram link? If you just search Commissar Hecht, it'll pop up. Well, I appreciate the follow. Oh, friend of mine, alone, oh, and hide, let it go. Well, thank you very much. When you reach the other side, see this promise is a light. On your side, I see you fighting those demons inside. I will wait for you. Wait, I will wait for you. In its ways, don't become away. Oh, what it's like. What it's been days. I will make it out okay. Oh, oh. It's better when you reach the other side. Oh, oh. I see its promise is light. I see you fighting those demons inside. I will wait for you. Wait for you. Don't be afraid you can push me away. I will wait for you. I will wait for you. In your eyes, 'cause I'll be here by your side. After you fighting those demons inside, I will wait for you. I will wait. Don't let this world ever bring you out. Don't let the worries of the world ever keep you down. Keep fighting the demons, you know you can make it out. I hope that you will see how I see you now. I see you fighting those demons inside. I will wait for you. I will wait for you. Don't be afraid, you can push me away. I will wait for you. I will wait for you. In your eyes, it appears I'll be here by your side. I see the fight and those demons inside. I will wait for you. I will wait. I will wait for you. Work is done. Finally, time to find dinner. See you, dude. Well, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for popping in for a little bit, even if it was just for a little bit. Enjoy your painting and enjoy hobbying, my guy. I'll be back. Well, I might end here in the next like hour ish, roughly. It's alright. Alright, I'm okay. A few mistakes, I'm alright, I'm okay, I'm alright, I'm okay. I'm just human, I made a few. Even And it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is young and the winds don't blow. Time for us to leave her. Winds was foul and the sea ran high. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. She shipped it green and none went by. Time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds don't blow. It's time for us to leave her. I think this sail on this rotten tub. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. The rug loud and rotten grub, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. We sail by rote for want of more. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. But now we're through, so we'll go on shore. Time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow. Time for us to leave her. Inside it. You for Let's get you back. It's getting worse. Let's get this done. Respond back. Oh, I love my job. Said something about your mama. I'm close. And I'm gonna sit up. So, stop texting and painting. I know. It's just work. It's work. Uh, Work likes to interrupt me when I'm streaming. All right. I think I got the answer I need. We'll see. Can't text on your phone if you turn it off. Yeah, I know. Work is some man. I Part of me really, 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 really wants to find out who made the additional duty first sergeant uh, job that I applied for. It's gonna reduce the time that I have. Like I won't be able to do. Want me to hop on voice? Oh yeah, yeah, sure, sure, sure. Let me just take out the music real quick. Oh.
Yo.
Yo. As I was saying, work with we're getting messages about stuff from work, and I'm like, I really want to find out who
Yeah.
who got the additional duty first sergeant position because I applied for it.
You gonna be a shirt?
I, I I don't know if I'm gonna be a first sergeant, but our squadron has is large enough to where we have a diamond, but
Mm-hmm.
because where where we are, not every unit has a diamond. He
Mm-hmm.
he's primarily our diamond, but when he needs to, he is the diamond for like two other units.
Okay.
So this additional duty shirt program allows for tech sergeants and masters who went to the first sergeant symposium to basically sub in as a shirt. Um,
Yeah. I was in line in Misawa for that until I told the senior master sergeant I'm separating.
yeah, so because Edwards does not have a bunch of like, I guess when I went to the symposium, they were like, "Oh yeah, there's only like eight of us for the entire
Jeez.
base," and I'm like, "That's not." And out of that, and out of those eight, out of the entire base, one of the shirts has to go TDY a crap ton because they're in charge of like four geographically separated units.
Oh.
So when they go TDY for something, particularly because, there are military in those geographically separated units,
Yeah.
like they gotta, someone else has to step up and keep the home fires burning, basically. And then on top of that, one of the other shirts, because Edwards is so civilian heavy, deals with the a lot of the civilians too, and has like a
Jeez.
director and all that stuff. So like on the rare chance that they have to sit on an adverse action board, the director can't hand somebody a 15.
Yeah.
So they have to hand them, the shirt has to hand them the 15 in lieu of a commander. So, and then the 15 comes from, I think it's the support group commander, whoever's in charge of the group, whoever's the group commander for that section.
Yeah.
But it's the shirt that hands it out, and then all that stuff. So the
Interesting.
the reason why I applied was because
You trying to
I'm
make master?
well, I'm trying. I would like to make master, but at the same time, it's like, unless I become a superintendent of an
Mhm.
actual function that's not S3,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
That's fair. Oh, by the way, I might have something to chat with you about off stream. Just
Oh,
remind me later
go
if we
ahead.
hop in.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll mark that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um, Possible opportunities for your military career.
oh yeah.
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 But well, that's cool, dude. Yeah. First shirting's dope. I mean,
I mean,
getting to be a first sergeant, it's very translatable skills.
it's gonna eat into obviously my stream time because I will only be able to work. I'll only be able to stream on the weekends, and
Sure.
if some idiot decides to be
An idiot.
outrageously stupid and I have to go
Yeah.
pick them up, I'm gonna have to like obviously cut it short. But at the same time, it's like, all right, I'll be 17 years this January.
Woo.
I know I'm so close to the finish line. I'm so close. Um, I don't know what my board score is going to be looking like this year.
Hmm.
But I was 30 points underwater last year in total. Um,
Yeah, it's not bad.
it's not bad, but it's also like someone had said, yeah, if two people on the board rated you a half a point higher, you
Hmm.
probably could have made it. But then they also account for stratifications, and I did not get
Yeah.
one. I did not get one, so you know,
Imagine that.
which
That's not directed at you. It's I hated that process.
which sucks because like, oh man, my Masawa bullets were bangers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they were bangers. But because I didn't capture any major awards or obviously get a bachelor's degree, that's on pause because of the government shutdown. Um,
Yeah.
because they're not renewing uh,
TA.
TA, yeah, tuition assistance.
Yeah.
Um, and as much as I love going to UMass Lowell,
Yeah.
$1,300 per per class is
Yeah.
it's
It's like
pretty steep. I'm not gonna lie.
um, yeah.
Um, so yeah, I this year it's just I don't know. I
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
It
shoot. I hope they. I heard that they were voting again today, but I haven't heard anything else.
brother, I'm not holding my breath.
I'm not. I'm not. They're all a bunch of morons out there that can't figure anything out.
So I'm not holding my breath, and at this point they might as well, because the continuing resolution was
Yeah.
drafted for November 31st, or not 31st, the November 21st. That's in like 14 days. Why on earth would they, you know,
Good grief.
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the House would have to go back down. Well, the House would have to first draft up another continuing resolution bill
Right.
that has a further expiration date than obviously this month, right? Otherwise, they approve even if the House was to, or sorry, the Senate was to approve the bill as is right now, in 14 days we'd be in the same bucket. Like,
Yeah.
go back down to the House and and hash out another continuing resolution bill. And because the filibuster is still intact, the magic
Yeah.
number, excuse me, is 60.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I've been tracking that pretty closely. It's a while. The silver lining for me is I heard recently that there's two bills trying to be pushed that would prevent Congress from getting paid during government shutdowns, which is my only hope that they'll open.
oh God,
You know what I'm
please,
saying? When it's their
please,
paychecks, they're gonna actually move
please,
quicker.
please. Well, I have my own opinions on it, but like I said,
Yeah,
D-
yeah. I'm not even talking like politics. I'm talking about I got friends and family who are service members that you guys are starving out. Not to mention all the SNAP benefits drying up.
oh, bro, oh
Dude,
God.
like, at what point does everybody in that entire district not look at each other like maybe we're the bad guys? Like, you know what I'm saying?
All right,
Oh,
let
people
me
are out there
let me
suffering.
let me throw this disclaimer out here. The conversation that we are having is simply a conversation between two dudes randomly on the internet. This does not reflect on the Department of Defense or my opinion, or me as a member of the Department of the United States Air Force.
Yeah. Also, we're not bashing the Department of Defense and the Department of the Air Force. You guys have done nothing wrong. So it is not. Yeah, like I said, it's not a political thing. It's a come on, dude. Humanity. Good
Yeah,
grief. But
yeah.
anyway, well, I hope have you guys still been getting paid and everything?
So actually, it was in we I was driving around the command chief for the Air Force Test Center yesterday,
Yeah.
and basically there is no more winks and nods or trick of the hats. We have to wait for the voting at this point because what they did was they how we got paid for the 15th to the 30th of October,
Yeah.
or sorry, the 31st of October, was they allocated the research and development and experimentation funds
Yeah.
that were not already, because research and development, if
Mhm.
seeing as we're talking nerd stuff, research and development funding is a 2-year cycle. So anytime anyone does research and development and testing and evaluation, the funds are spaced out over 2 years.
Okay.
So they're whenever a budget bill passes, right?
Hmm.
They budget for 2 years instead of 1 year. Whereas any sort of fiscal year is only budgeted for that fiscal year, right?
Right.
Or in this case, it's only budgeted until you know however many months they want to make this nonsense continue.
The fact that
Um,
you're saying months. Jeez.
I
What are we doing?
I'm just
Good grief.
I'm just stating what has happened in the most previous past. That is all.
Yeah.
However,
So.
when it comes to the actual fiscal budget, whether it's reconciliation or the National Defense Authorization Act or any
Yeah.
sort of really long-term planning, when it
Mhm.
comes to research and development, they do 2-year budgeting. Now,
Right.
how we got paid was basically
They cut
uh
part of the budget or did a budget transfer over from RD since they're still on their cycle.
yeah, and is that technically breaking the law? Yes, because you're not in the world of financing, you're not supposed to be dipping your hands in other pots of money when it comes to resource allocation.
Mhm.
Where it gets hazy is that they said that these funds that they pulled to pay us were not allocated. So there's I do not know if what they did was correct. and
So I've started working as a budget manager for the university,
yeah,
and budget transfers themselves, no, it's not illegal. The problem is what kind of government bureaucracy do they have over budget transfers and mixing between two different
pots
cost
of
centers.
yeah, two different pots of money.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know the governmental accounting procedures well enough to speak to that.
yeah, neither do I. But basically, when I was driving around the chief, he and I, started talking
Mhm.
about, I drove him around because he wanted to see the troops, and I was just like, all right, hey, if you want to stand at gates and talk to my airmen, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who am I to say no to? You're a command, you're a command chief. I'm not gonna be like, no, 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 don't see my guys. So he and I got to talking about it, and he was just like, yeah, that was a one and done. Like, you can't, like, we're not. e-
Yeah,
Even if we wanted to do that again, it probably wouldn't work again, kind of a deal.
yeah. But you can always find a way to circumvent everything. And I'm sure that there's a different pot of money that they could tap into.
Yeah,
Um,
but again, the my worry is that once everything gets back up and running,
mhm.
they're going to turn around and say, "Hey, what you guys did wasn't copacetic."
Yeah. Shoot, I'd take that lawsuit any day, though, man. I'm sorry I was feeding people. I'm sorry I was making sure that a bunch of Americans didn't go homeless. Well, I guess for military members, more of cars repossessed or electric and water shut off.
Well, my worry is that whatever funds were promised to us will not come back to us. Uh,
Now that's a possibility.
and that's my concern.
Yeah,
Is that
but I don't know, man. Like with them implementing Hegseth, who is kind of a nut in a way, I don't see them stripping any military funding. You know what I'm saying?
my concern is at any point a judge could look at that and say no. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, yeah.
so
It definitely could get litigated. I'm not arguing with that. Yeah, there's definite room for litigation. But
so
as far as a counterbalance of taken from the DoD, I just feel like the powers that be right now are too pro military, or I should say pro national defense.
yeah,
We'll see though. We'll see. I don't.
I have no
I'm
idea.
just speculating.
It's super uncertain, and I talked about this with one of my other members who came
Mhm.
on. We were playing Darktide, um, and I was just like, look, if you guys use USAA or all these other resources that are offering these payday loans, just be careful. Like
Yeah.
even USAA is saying we're gonna get our money back, even if you don't get paid.
That you know what's crazy about that is my coworkers were asking me like, "What did you do when the government shut down?" And I'm like, "Well, luckily the government was completely useless, but USAA stepped up and started paying the troops in lieu of the government. The government ended up refunding them, I believe.
Yeah.
So I mean, I didn't miss a paycheck, and it was because of the generosity of them. Now, them doing payday loans, that's wild.
Well, I spoke. I was genuinely curious, and seeing as if I have a question, I don't want to necessarily. And I got airmen that are like, "Hey, how am I supposed to get food?"
Yeah, no, I get it.
So I talked to them, and they said, "Okay, well, we'll give you basically first we're going to do a credit check, so automatically that hits on your credit, and then two." Depending on your credit, they would probably only authorize up to two paychecks worth of a loan. And how the
Yeah,
repayment plan would be is in the first, you wouldn't have to pay for the first 60 days, but at 61, you would owe them half of the loan. And then, so take I'm going to use me for or I'm going to use not me but the basic pay scale. So a staff sergeant makes 1,500 a month, right?
yeah,
uh, pay scale wise,
right.
if that 1,500 every, so let's say he got a $3,000 pay scale, he would have to pay 1,500 on the 60 on that 61st day.
Yeah.
No,
You know,
there would be no incremental payment. It's just you owe us 1,500, and
yeah,
then the next time that bill is due is in 30 days after that,
yeah.
and then you would have to cough up the last of
That's
the.
yeah. And see, that's crazy, man. Like if it now if their policy was you have to pay half once the government's reopened and payroll starts again, I could somewhat understand. I still think it's greasy, but not as bad. But to say you have 61 days regardless, yeesh.
Yeah, and that's why I was just like, okay, thanks for this information. I'll recommend it to people, but I'll have my own editorialization on it. And
Good grief.
the only good thing is that it's a 0% loan,
Yeah.
and they
Okay. Well,
and they delay the payment process for 60 days. Now we've been in the shutdown for almost 30.
yeah.
Or sorry,
Yeah.
no, we've been in the shutdown for more than 30. So
And correct me if I'm wrong, but votes haven't changed. It's
no,
been pretty consistent,
no,
right?
it's been pretty consistent. There's been like one or two swaps, but then once a new round of voting happens,
It's a swap again.
those swaps disappear. Like I'm just like, oh, okay, well,
Oh my goodness. I
good,
can't wait till you retire.
good to know.
I'm so excited for you to retire.
I can't wait.
Well, I
Um,
mean, 3 years from now.
well, so the thing is that like my biggest concern is that the Air Force is going to hit me with the okey doke, where I bust my ass this year. I bust my ass this year, and I think I did pretty good. Again, I didn't win any awards or anything, and I'm still working towards my bachelor's, so maybe my score doesn't change. But I'm hoping with everyone separating or
Yeah,
trying to separate.
I was thinking the same thing, man, when all the PT updates started coming, and I'm like, there's probably a lot of people that are going to be like, you know what? I'm done with this crap.
Yeah. Um, plus also with also the promotions and stuff, my
Mhm.
hope is there's enough of a gap to reduce the promotion um, threshold, right?
Yeah, yeah. The
Um,
the board score.
yeah, and if that's the case, then I put on at 18, right? Because I'd
Mhm.
be all others. Um, Mainly because I've been only a tech sergeant for until what I put on in 22. No,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Well, you sewed on while I was there. Yeah, it was
yeah,
22.
yeah. I put on in 22, so I'd be a 3 year tech. Uh,
Yeah.
or sorry, I say 3 year. 4 year tech. So I'd
Yeah.
probably be
Oh,
with all.
actually, no. It was 2023 because I'd already, or sorry, it was late 2022 or early 2023 because I had left by that point, I believe.
Right, and so I'd be either be a 4 year or whatever, and then
Mhm.
I'd be on the hook for two.
Yeah, yeah. That's
So
the
my concern is that they'll basically be like, here's Master Sergeant, congratulations at 20.
Here's my son. Stay with us for 2 more years, please.
Well, I'd have to stay for three because uh uh
Oh, time to pin on and then two
time
years.
time to pin on 2 years, and then if I wanted to get the high three for the retirement, and that's how they get you.
Oof. Big oof.
Yeah,
Well,
but
shoot.
the goal is hopefully if I get this first sergeant's gig, um,
Yeah,
I will. One, it's something out of operations, and it
yeah.
that the whole breadth of experience thing. Two,
Mhm.
I can actually focus on a semi-normalized schedule with my family, and then three, I can do all of the um, outside of the job like events, um, and you actually be able to get like credit for that shit.
I'll doing some party planning.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I get it, dude.
So, and then if I don't make it this year, hopefully my time in the shirts position would give me the power boost I need
Mhm.
to um, get a stratification, and then that would look good at the board. Um, Plus, then it would actually show like willingness to go outside of the career field. Well, I'm still be in the cop squadron, but I would be in a different role as you know that not many people get to be in.
Yeah.
You know, it, I think it.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I think it would weigh a lot more in the board than just.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. No, you're doing the right things, man.
worst case scenario, even if I don't get it, at least I can say I did something that was directly involved with, you know, not just the managerial side of running a shift and
Yeah.
managing troops that way, but like dealing with adverse actions, weighing pros and cons when it comes to certain aspects of the administrative side of the house. Like that, in and of itself, I think would look, for lack of a better term, sexy. I know that's probably the wrong word, but
No, that makes sense. Yeah, and I was gonna say um that's also very good for your resume,
yeah,
having the admin side of the house, because having operational experience is great, and depending on what you want to do when you get out, throwing in the admin experience is super valuable.
yeah.
So, well, cool, dude. Hey, I'm gonna hop off here. I gotta go run down my daughter, so
Okay.
she's bouncing off the walls right now. But
All right.
let's catch up later, man. And if you're able to later on, I
Yeah.
think we're gonna hop on in like 3 hours
And three.
ish.
That'd be six. That's like right in the middle of dinner. I think I could swing that. I could
Yeah,
just.
we might do later too, because one of the dudes usually doesn't hop on until like 10:30. He's a college student.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So
then, yeah. Just send me a message and I'll give you a thumbs up, thumbs down.
cool.
All
Will
right.
do, man.
What are you guys
Yep. Have
playing?
fun with your stream. Um, what is that game called? I keep calling it Camping Simulator, but that's not it. Where is
Cause I don't have it. If it's something new,
it is new. Yeah.
is it?
RV there yet? It's an RPG.
Oh, I've seen footage of that. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, let me buy it right now. Good call. Yeah, but I'll shoot you a message, my man.
All right. All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Later, dude. Have a
Yep.
good stream.
Yep. Bye. Well, we're getting somewhere with this painting. All right, progress is good. Yes, yes, it is. It is very good. We're just missing one, two, and then a bunch of the nubs. So, and we're missing just two arms for the rifles, and then nubs for the other arms for the handle, and then we can actually start doing the silver detail and work, and then the straps and all that stuff. So we're getting there. It's slow going, but we are getting there. The problem with I think the biggest issue with batch painting is just that it is a slog. Because like you feel like you're getting nowhere, but in actuality you are making incremental progress. But because you're, for lack of a better word, um, you know, blinded by the same color, right? That's the issue. Ah, the Ewok method. Nub nub. Yeah. Well, so when I mean nubs, I mean this stuff right here. These little the arms without the hands. They look like nubs. If I could just tilt it that way. There it is. Jesus. Gotcha. Yeah. Because once those are painted, like I said, that's all the uniform, that's all the green parts done, and then I can focus on the hands, the silver bits, the straps, um, like doing the guns should be fairly easy, and then I can actually start putting them on, um, and then or doing the faces, and then doing the hands last, and then gluing everything together. Because the hands and the faces should be done last because I got to match the skin tone of the person to the actual to their hands. And I don't want to be that guy that paints that has mismatched skin tones from their face and hands. That would be ironic. Or not ironic, but unfortunate. And although, I would be interested in trying to figure out how to do vitiligo, like the actual skin condition where you have multiple sources of melanin, but I'm afraid I would screw it up and make it look comical and not tasteful, if that makes any sense. Because I had classmates in high school and people in the military that had um, patchy skin, where it was like different forms of melanin on their face and or arms and back and all that stuff. Now I don't know if it's actual vitiligo or if it's or if it was just like a birthmark. Are you planning on watching the Games Workshop preview in 45 minutes? Well, in 15 minutes I got to go pick up the kids. So probably not. Even though like I know this is the last big hoorah preview um, before Christmas, but part of me just kind of wants to just wait and see. I mean, I'm high, I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do that because realistically, um, next year is when the new edition's gonna drop for 40K at least, and that's gonna suck because like I said, Dark Eldar just came out, and my concern is that like they're gonna get hit with the 9 month cooldown. Yeah, this is the let's see what the post codex show edition is gonna bring. Part of the edition is gonna bring us. Yeah, I know. My concern is that they're gonna announce the new edition. Also, on the how bad the next few months is gonna hurt my budget show. Yeah, I'm. My biggest concern is they're gonna announce the new edition of 40K this show, and it's going to be like, oh, we're going to release the new edition sometime in the summer, like they did last time, and it's just going to be like, well, why? Just why? Why do this? Kind of a deal. Um, I really want them to at least wait a year before they release the new edition. Like that would be kind of cool. Like let the Dark Eldar players not suffer the same thing that happened to the Guard back in ninth when they finally got a Guard Codex refresh, and then not even 8 months or 7 months later, they got hit with the new codex, and that new codex, or sorry, the new edition, and that new edition literally invalidated everything in that Guard Codex. We all know it's going to be summer next year. They've locked onto a 3-year cycle, sadly. And again, that's what pisses me off about GW. They don't need to be in a 3 year cycle. They can do 4 years and still be successful and still make all the money in the world. I would dearly love to see it go back to a 5 year cycle. I think 5 years might be a little too long. And I understand that GW, I think 5 years might be a little too long. But I also understand why GW pushed it away from 5 years. Um, but a 4 year cycle is just fine because addition churn hurts. Yeah, addition churn does hurt. Especially so, and this is something that I like. Oh, maybe actually no. Now I take it back. I think 5 years is just right. 4 years I'd be happy with. 5 years would be good because you got to think about it. They just finished with the Dark Eldar. We're going to have a new edition in the summertime. That gives us very limited amount of time, at least for the Dark Eldar players, to actually play the game. Um, and if they actually, if they stuck with 4 years, I think I'd be okay with that. 5 years actually sounds pretty good too. And the reason why I think 4 years is because it would give Games Workshop just enough to 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 play test the new edition as it came out. Like that fourth critical year could be like, hey, we're developing the new edition. We're gonna hype you up for it. Still play the old one, whatever. But that new edition is gonna come out, and it's not gonna have the same growing pains as everything else. And then, if they were to slow down their edition churn and like the army revamp churns and all that stuff, they could actually focus on the main thing, which is ba 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 fixing their goddamn supply lines. Because literally, I mean, hold on, let me see if Lady Mal's is still out of stock. Surprise, she's still out of stock. Druzar is out of stock, Succubus is out of stock, Witches are out of stock, Cavalry Warriors are out of stock, the Ravagers are out of stock, the Reavers are out of stock, the Hellions are out of stock, the Incubi are out of stock, the Raider is out of stock, the Void Raven is out of stock, and the Razorwing, which is the same thing. The only thing that is in stock are the Kill Team Mandrakes, the Kill Team Hand of the Archon, the Scourges, the Venom, the Chronos, the Homunculus, but that's online only, the Talos, Lilith Hesperex, the Rax, the Archons on pre-order, and then the Combat Patrol, which is the Rax and the... That's it. The Rax... Oh, sorry. And the Homunculus. Like, fix that before you release another... The Dark Eldar players are going to have a short time before... Are going to have a really short time getting their codex road tested, but they're still going to get nerfed because scary. Yeah, still. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't even get your army. Everything's out of stock. Temporarily out of stock. So unless you had a back order of Dark Eldar that you were sitting on, you can't get shit. Well, yeah. And right now things are worse with the USP with the UPS crash affecting shipping from where their hub. Yeah, that's another thing. Like that's why I want GW to like one edition. If they, I want them to slow down the edition churn for one solid edition. Put it to 5 years and fix your freaking supply chains, and then that's it, right? Then you're good. Fix your supply chains, and then you're good. That's what I would do. But anyway, okay. It's about to be 4 o'clock, so I think we're gonna end it here for right now. We did pretty decent. Um, we still got a lot of paint to get put on these sprues, but that's okay. We did pretty good. Anyway, thank you all for watching. My name is Commissar Hecht. I'll see you guys in the next episode. We'll probably film tonight. I don't know what we'll film tonight. We might even do more painting. And then Saturday, let's see, what haven't we streamed in a while? Probably either Total War or Baldur's Gate. Let's see. Content. Live. Let's see. We did Helldivers, Dark Tide, Warhammer. So yeah, the next one would be Baldur's Gate. So we'll probably do Baldur's Gate. And then, yeah, we'll probably do Baldur's Gate tonight and then Warhammer tomorrow. All right, that's probably what we'll do. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. My name is Commissar Hecht. I'll see you guys in the next episode, and I hope everyone has a lovely day, and I hope you guys are enjoying this stuff. If you like what you see, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Join my Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Kick, YouTube, Discord, all of those socials, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.